Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dimas Raditiya Nugroho. Here I will to tell a story entitled Cinderella. Once upon a time, there lived a girl called Cinderella. She was happy live with the father and mother until her mother died, and her father had married a widow with two daughters. Her stepmother didn't like her one little bit. But for the poor unhappy girl, there was nothing at all. Her stepmother has two daughters and they were very bossy. No rest and no comfort. She had to work hard all day. Only when evening came was she allowed to sit for a while by the fire. Near the cinders, that's why everybody called her Cinderella. Cinderella used to spend long hours all alone talking to the cat. The cat always said meow, which really meant cheer up. You have something neither of your stepsister has, and that is beauty. It was quite true. Cinderella, even dressed in old rags, was a lovely girl, while her stepsister, no matter how splendid and elegant, their clothes were still clumsy, lumpy, and ugly, and always will be. One day, beautiful new dress arrived at the house. A ball was to be held at the palace, and the stepsister were getting ready to go. Cinderella didn't even dare ask if she could to go to. She knew very well what the answer would be. You're staying at home to wash the dishes, scrub the floors, and turn down the beds for your stepsister. They will come home tired and very sleepy. Cinderella said, "Oh dear, I'm so unhappy." And the cat murmured meow. Suddenly, something amazing happened. As Cinderella was sitting all alone, there was a burst of light and very afraid. "Don't be alarmed, Cinderella," said the fairy. "I know you would love to go to the ball, and so you shall." "How can I dress in rags?" Cinderella replied. Their fairy smiled. With a flick of her magic wand, Cinderella found herself wearing the most beautiful dress she had ever seen. "Now for your coach," said the fairy. "A real lady would never go to a ball on foot. Quick, get me a pumpkin." "Oh, of course," said Cinderella, rushing away. Then the fairy turned to the cat. "You bring me 7 mice, and remember they must be alive." Cinderella soon returned with the pumpkin and the cat with 7 mice he had caught in the cellar. With a flick of the magic wand, the pumpkin turned into the sparkling coach, and the mice became 6 white horses, while the 7 mouse turned into the coachman in smart uniform and carrying a whip. Cinderella could hardly believe her eyes. "You should go to the ball, Cinderella, but remember, you must leave at midnight. That is when my spell ends. Your coach will turn back into the pumpkin, and the horse will become mice again. You will be dressed in rags and wearing clothes instead of the glass slipper. Do you understand?" Cinderella smiled and said, "Yes, I understand." Cinderella had a wonderful time at the ball until she heard the fire stroke of the midnight. She remembered what the fairy had said, and without a word of goodbye, she slipped from the prince's arms and ran down the steps. As she ran, she lost one of her slippers, but not for a moment did she dream of stopping to pick it up. If last stroke of the midnight was to sound, oh, what a disaster that would be! Out she and vanished into the night. The prince, who was now madly in love with her, picked it up, the slipper, and said to his minister, "Go and search everywhere for the girl must foot this slipper's feet. I will never be content until find her." So the minister tried the slipper on the foot of every girl in the land until only Cinderella was left. Suddenly the fairy appeared and waved her magic wand. In a flash, Cinderella appeared in a splendid dress, shining with youth and beauty. Her stepmother and stepsister gaped at her in amazement, and the minister said, "Come with us, Cinderella. The prince is waiting for you." So Cinderella married the prince and lived happily ever. Thank you.